Hey guys, it's Nicole. I'm waiting for this mom life, and I thought I would talk to you guys while I do it. My dog literally barking outside and won't stop. It's driving me insane. But oh well. So we're having a very sober Christmas. It's the right time of the year. Christmas trees alight, da da, la da 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 da. It's a very sober Christmas. It's the right time of the year. Oh my golly, have a merry Christmas this year. So, I was laying in bed with Nate and I was thinking about all Christmases always die, okay, for Christmas. And so I thought I'd on and tell you guys, so really think of a good one. So, let me think. Okay, I remember one Christmas I spent in rehab. And Lord, like, I feel like it's real choppy. Because my dog is literally freaking out. Like, watch, I'm fixing to try and get her to come inside again. Gizmo! Come on, baby. Gizzy. Gizmo, come on. Gizmo. Hold on. Gizmo, come here. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, Gizzy. Come on, big mama. Gizzy, come on. Gizmo, come on, baby. What you been doing over there, Hop-Along Cassidy? What you been doing? Lord. I mean, just out there barking her brains out, barking like a mad woman. Lord. Okay. What have you been barking for? What have you been doing? Say hi to the people. Say hi to... Don't put your butt in my face. Come here. I want to see your face. She likes it when we rub her butt. So, okay. So, anyway. I was talking to you guys about... I saw your comment, Bobby, about tapering with me. Are you ready to do that? It's kind of... I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little scared of... Well, no, I'm not afraid of the withdrawal. Gizmo, what are you doing? She's like smelling the phone. I'm not afraid of the withdrawal. I guess I'm more afraid of like the mental shit, you know? January 6th. I was thinking about starting in January 6th. I was going to go to the Suboxone doctor and just have them take me down 2 milligrams. And then once I go down 2 milligrams, then I'll stay on that for a month and then go back and then get taken down 2 more milligrams and then go back to the doctor. And each time I go back for my monthly visit, I'll just have them take me down 2 milligrams. You know? But I'm not sure. I mean, that's my goal. I just want to get... What's on me? Is that a spider? Oh my god, it just smells... Oh my god. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. That felt like a spider. Okay. Here's the real tea. I don't want to have to get up every morning and take Suboxone. I've been doing it for damn 3 years. That's the real tea. But, you know, my channel, I built it here because I want to be supportive of other people that are on maintenance. So, I'm not bashing. I do feel like I have a pretty good recovery, you know? Now, if for some reason, like, some shit went down and, like, I started getting, like, I don't know, like, wanting to relapse. I'm fixing to change my pants. Hold on. Hold on, Bobby. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, you take your time, Bobby. Don't start yet. Hey, Captain. Take your time. You start when you're ready, Bobby. I've been on mine for 3 years, you know. Maybe Bobby, we need to talk. You need to get a hold of me. We need to talk on your recovery, and you need to start doing that before you even think about tapering. Oh, that's awesome, Captain. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, for real, though, Bobby, because I can write you out a whole fucking plan, a whole aftercare plan, and get you set up with all kinds of things to do. But the thing about it is, you have to follow through and get a hold of me and, like, actually do the thing, the stuff. Because you can't just be like, oh, yeah, Nicole, and then not do the stuff, you know? Like, remember, we had a little bit of a plan going on before, and you've been going through some struggles recently. So what's going to happen financially and stuff, you're going to have to start putting that recovery first, because you're not going to have no chance to do nothing. You're not going to have a job or nothing if you relapse on heroin. Isn't it real? Okay, that's a great, okay, then that's a good thing. I like to hear that, because here's the deal. I just want you to succeed, and a lot of people out there are charging folks to be recovery coaches and stuff, and I'm offering my service practicing. So, hey, Scottish, I'm just holding laundry and talking shit. But that's the plan, is to get my college certification, my addictions study certification, and then, you know, start doing some stuff to help people get their lives together. You know, people that for them, you know, be their recovery coach or whatever you want to call it. Y'all know that the more it's broken, there's going to be more people that are seeking help in non-conventional ways, like not just AA and NA. And so I'm kind of looking into that, trying to be a kind of part of that, because I know for me, if insurance or something like that can start covering like this kind of stuff for people, then a lot of people would be probably willing to want to hire you know, right now recovery coaches are some like celebrities, and mine too, girl, mine too. And listen, you know, like, that's why I've kind of like, who's this? That's why I've kind of taken parts of the 12 steps and kind of put it into my life, you know, but it's not all. What is, I just saw your comment, baby. Oh, hold on. Hey, Tessa. Tessa. Oh, you look like this girl I went to school with. Her name was Tessa. Hi, what's up, girl? My name's Nicole DeMeo. I am a recovering addict. I have been sober from drugs and alcohol for 3 years, and I utilize a medically assisted treatment program that I'll actually be documenting my taper in January. I'll probably take you guys with me to the doctor and all that, if my doctor will let me tape myself or tape him. But yeah, this is my channel. I'm glad you came over. We just like to hang out over here, and I do recovery videos. I talk about my past addiction and story times and stuff like that, and I try to guide my channel, like guide the people that are on my channel, kind of give not advice, but just suggestions of things that you can do that might help you in your recovery if you're struggling. Or if you're not struggling, these are just things that you can do that, like, I know for me, they've helped me to change my life. And so I try to practice what I preach. And I was just thinking, you guys, when I popped on here, I was thinking about all the Christmases that I spent away from my family because I was fucked up. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember one Christmas, the one I was in prison. It sucked. Oh, Tessa. Oh, Lord, girl. You ain't wasting no time, are you, Tessa? You know, Tessa? Yes. Yeah, I do. It's sad, though. I mean, I'm not mad at her for that. I unsubscribed from her channel because I could not sit there and watch it anymore. And I'm not going to enable that behavior. And by watching it, it's enabling. Just like with, okay, Fernie is a YouTuber with millions of subscribers, and she is deathly anorexic. And she is deathly anorexic, right? And so people, hey, Bama, people keep watching Eugenia Cooney, and she is literally dying. Like, she is so anorexic, you guys. Like, her little arms are like this big around. Okay? Y'all will have to go look at her channel, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But the only way that we can help someone if they will not take suggestions when they're doing that is either stop enabling them. And here's the deal with that, Tessa. I have reached out to her several times and tried to talk to her, and she didn't want to hear it. So I can't really help her, you know what I mean? I mean, I wish her the best. I hope that she makes it out. I hope that she gets better. But I don't know. Like, when you're trying to get sober, you have to want to get sober. You have to want to change your life, you know? So, oh no, Bama, that makes me so sad to hear that. Yeah, I can't watch that. It's like Trigger City over there. And I'm strong, you know what I mean? So, it's too much. But, it is what it is, you know, guys. It is what it is. I don't want to talk bad about Gina. Like, I don't know her. I was subscribed to her channel for over a year, though. And I watched her go from, like, regular, like, looking like she was doing well, to plummeting. Like, falling asleep with cigarettes and burning her face. You know what I mean? Like, so it makes me sad. It's not, like, anything. I'm sad. It's so sad. It breaks my heart. Like, I don't want her to die. Well, Tessa, I mean, no, I don't know her in real life. I don't know. I just know that I have seen her go from, like, seeming healthy and seeming like everything was okay to not seeming like it. But it just makes me sad, you know? So, like what I was talking about earlier about Eugenia Cooney. Now, here's the deal, you guys. Okay, so if somebody has a YouTube channel, okay, and they are blatantly, like, fucked up on their YouTube channel, and they're blatantly harming themselves with drugs and alcohol, or harming themselves with anorexia and eating disorders, and we're all telling them, we love you, we want you to get help, we want you to get help, it's okay, we're here for you, yada yada yada, right? If we're all doing that and this person is not hearing any of it, right, then what do we need to do next? Okay, if they're not taking any of the suggestions, if they're not responding to the help that we're offering them, we should probably stop enabling that behavior. You know what I mean? And so I just stopped watching. I can't watch Gina. It makes me sad. It makes me fucking sad. But I don't have no idea if she's really getting high. I don't know her business. Yeah, about the Eugenia Cooney thing. That's okay. So I just got done watching this video. It's by this channel called Here for This. And it was talking about Eugenia Cooney and how the Rewired Soul made a video about how we all need to stop watching Eugenia because, like, we're enabling her to kill herself. We're enabling her anorexia by continuing to watch her channel and giving her views. Do you know what I'm saying? So every time, and I'm not subscribed to Eugenia either, you guys. I cannot even go over there because it literally makes my heart break. She looks like a skeleton, like Jack Skellington. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I went over there and watched her video just that she recently put up, and it was her decorating her Jack Skellington Christmas tree, and she was trying to open the box, right, that the Christmas tree was in, and her arms literally looked like they were going to snap in half, you guys. That's how skinny this girl is. I'm not talking about a skinny girl. I'm talking about dead. Hey, MJ. Oh, thank you, girl. I'm so glad you're here. I love Bobby to death. He's a good guy. I'm glad that you're with him and that y'all are watching together. That makes me so happy to hear. So here's the deal, you guys. Like when we're when we're in active addiction or active eating disorder, any behavior that we're practicing that is going to hurt or harm us, and people are not saying anything and not calling us out and basically just enabling us to kill ourselves, you know, that would be like, okay, how many of you guys were in active addiction and your parents allowed you to live there, kept giving you money, kept supporting you, or were like, oh, honey, it's okay. Here's $20 for another cocaine rock. No, my mom and dad kicked my ass out because they were not going to enable my negative behavior anymore. And a lot of people will say, oh, that's so harsh. You know, what if they die when you kick them out? Well, would you rather them die underneath your roof and then you basically helped kill them because you're giving them money to die, to use drugs? And so when a parent like watches their child starve themselves to death due to anorexia, and doesn't intervene and step in and take their child to a doctor, a hospital, a mental institution, an eating disorder clinic, then they're basically aiding and abetting in the death of their child. And I know that might seem like really fucking harsh, you guys, but like, it's the truth. And my mom and dad, they loved me so much. Like, my parents are still married. I'm going to my family's house for Thanksgiving. For Christmas, we're going to have a huge breakfast party. You guys are going to come. I'm going to live stream it. My parents are going to be there. It's going to be the bomb. No, don't leave, Scottish. I got it handled. So, I'm sorry, I didn't even see that, but I took it, it's down now. So, whew, sorry about that. Thanks for bringing that up, girl. I didn't even see it. You know, and here's the deal, guys. Like, we're all here to, like, we can talk about things that are kind of controversial, you know, because that's, like, the fun thing to do. I mean, it's kind of fun to do that, right? But, like, we're all in recovery here, you know? So, right? I mean, if you're not in recovery, let me see. Live chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we're all in recovery here. We're just trying to be supportive of each other, but we're also talking about enabling and having sober Christmases. Okay. So I'm sorry that I did not even see that though. Listen, Tessa, you can stay here, girl. If you're, you know, you got to come here and be supportive though, because we are recovering addicts over here, and we don't hate anybody that gets high, you guys. Like, that's not the answer. Hating somebody because they've relapsed or gotten high isn't going to help them get sober. You know what I mean? But we do have to let that person know and set up that boundary and that guideline and say, hey, listen, I'm setting this boundary. I love you, but I'm not going to love you to death. I'm not going to allow you to get high in my household anymore. And I'm going to have to ask you to leave, right? Or maybe we have a significant other that's, you know, keeps on relapsing and keeps getting high. We still have to set the boundary with that person too. I've been there. I know all about that. Setting boundaries, it's tough. It's uncomfortable. It's not fun, but like, it has to be done, because real talk, y'all, I don't want blood on my hands. And if I see one of my subscribers struggling and I know y'all are out there getting high, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, excuse me, did I hear you was getting high? And I'm going to be all up in your ass. Because, you guys, here's the deal. I don't want someone to die because I lied to them about what recovery was about. And I tried to give them the easier, softer way. Like, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to be, like, for real, you guys. When I try to taper off my medication in January, I'm fixing to show you guys the real deal. Like, and I want you guys to know, like, I'm going to tell you, if I'm struggling and I feel like I want to get high, I'm going to be like, I want to use today. You know, that's going to save my life in the long run. I look like my sister right now. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder and I'm like, I look like Christine. Boundaries are tough. They are. And they're uncomfortable, you guys. It's uncomfortable to have to, like, tell someone, you know, things. But it's the best thing that you can do for an addict or an alcoholic that's in active addiction. I mean, and here's the deal. Like, I don't like even talking about... I don't like talking about Gina's channel, you guys. And that's why, like, I'm kind of change the subject after this. Because I feel like she's not here to defend herself. I am, Jamie. Can you hear in my voice? She's not here to tell us what's going on. And so I feel guilty for her not being able to be here, you know, and defend herself and say, hey, well, this is what's going on. Even if I think that she's doing something, like, I would still want her to be able to come here and say, hey, well, this is what's been going on, you know? And so... that's why I don't talk about it, you know. I've done my part. I've messaged her and I've commented on her videos. And that's really all I can do, you know. Now, if she was a friend of mine that I knew personally, then, of course, I would call her and text her and yada, yada, yada. But I don't know her. So I don't know her like that. But with other people, you know, I try to encourage them. But that's the thing, Scottish. That's what I was getting at. So what happens when you encourage somebody and you try to be positive and encouraging, and your encouragement is not going anywhere? Like, that's not changing anything. What do you do when you're not getting through to somebody and you only see them getting worse? It's like, I feel like, I'm going to get something to drink because I don't want to make y'all, I feel like sometimes that tough love has to come in. you know, and you just got to keep it real and be like, listen, you know, you're going to die. I don't want you to die. And let's do something about this shit. But then I also know from experience that for years, you guys, hey Sid, for years, you guys, people, friends, everyone would tell me, I've had friends leave me and say, I can't watch you die any longer. And they just stopped talking to me for years. I had my best friend, Candy Garcia. I was living with her, you guys. I was coming home every night, fucked up on Xanax. I walked in. I had my hair up in a pigtail like this. I was really messed up, right? And she grabbed me by my little bun and went, wham, and threw me out of the house. And I needed that. I needed to get my ass whooped because I was high as fuck and I was disrespecting my best friend's house. And she was like, I was literally laying on her couch with chocolate cake all in my face because I was eating like a fucking behemoth because I was high. And so I've had to have friends like tell me, like, Nicole, you're fucking killing yourself. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to watch you die. And still, you guys, it didn't do anything. Like, I still wanted to get high, so I still got high. You see what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's not ready to change, the only thing we can do, like, is either give them tell them what we think and try to be supportive, but then we got to break away eventually. And okay, Tessa, honestly, with Suboxone, when I first started taking, and I hope you're being like, I've heard we've had troll problems over here, so I'm taking your question that you just commented about Suboxone as serious. So I'm going to tell you what I do because I've been there before. So when I first got on Suboxone, I thought, oh, if I take more of this, it might make me feel different. So I would take more. And with Suboxone, if you take more, you're just wasting it. Absolutely wasting it, okay? Suboxone is only a partial agonist. So what it does is when it goes into your opiate receptors, it only latches onto that receptor halfway and opens it up halfway. It doesn't open it all the way. So the fact that it only opens halfway, you can't get any euphoria. I hate telling people this. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you that. The only way you could get euphoria from Suboxone is if you divert your meds, which means not take them as prescribed. So when you're doubling up on Suboxone, you're wasting it. Don't do that. What you need to do is you need to give it to someone that you trust that can give it to you once a day as prescribed. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get called in for a random count, or you're going to call and they're going to count your meds and you're going to be off. When we get on Suboxone, it's just like we're still in our active addiction if we don't change the behaviors that we were practicing in our active addiction. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to learn and train yourself how to not take your Suboxone addictively like you did when you were in your active addiction with pills and stuff. So it's really hard at first because your brain, that get on it, struggle with that same situation because it's like your brain is still in addiction mode. So if you haven't already started like getting involved in some kind of AA or NA or Celebrate Recovery or Refuge Recovery, you need to get involved in some programs and take some like intensive outpatient programs like to teach you and learn about the disease of addiction, because it's a mental disorder. And right now what's happening is instead of taking drugs, you're just taking Suboxone. But I promise you, you're not going to get the same effect that you got with drugs, you know? Oh, well, listen, here's the deal. You could go to Celebrate Recovery because it's all women. And in the groups, it's like a woman's group. And they have different groups that you break off into. And it's for hurts, habits, and hang-ups. And you can go to the addiction group. And it's all women. They don't mix sexes. And so that way it might make you feel more comfortable. Also, at AA, you can Google AA meetings in the city you live in, and it will show you all the meetings. And you can type in women's meeting, and they will only have women in that meeting. But seriously, though, girl, you just have to start telling yourself. It's psychological. You have to start telling your brain when you think, okay, I need to take another Suboxone. You need to tell yourself, hey, Tessa, it's not going to do anything. Taking extra will not do anything. Okay, Sherry, the reason they use it on chronic pain patients is because in low doses, that means 1 milligram or less than that, several times a day, it's good for pain patients, for chronic pain. But it has to be in low doses, under 1 milligram a day. Like, I don't know, 0.25, 0.5, 1. Like, my doctor talked about that too, about how they're just starting to do research and find out that it like really helps people that do have chronic pain, but it has to be in low doses several times a day. I guess because what it does, since it's only a partial agonist, if you're only getting it in a low dose, I can imagine it's only opening your receptor up like that if it's really low. And so then when you get that next dose, like 3 hours later, maybe it goes a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But it's an amazing medication for opiate substance use disorder, for opiate addiction, you know. But it's not going to give you a high. Like, I'm telling you guys, for real, the only way that you will get high on your Suboxone, for real deal, is like, say I took a Suboxone today. I would have to stop taking my Suboxone for 3 days and start going into withdrawal. And then when I start experiencing withdrawal, if I took a Suboxone then, and the thing it's going to do to you is it's not even going to get you high. It's going to knock your ass out. Oh, don't hate yourself. Don't hate yourself. Are you on, I know a lot of people that are on two subs a day and they take them at the same time. But how long have you been on your prescription, girl? Has it been a long time? You know what, Sherry, it's just a preference, really. Methadone is, a lot of places it's free. It's paid for by Medicaid and Medicare. And a lot of people, it's just a preference, you know. I didn't get put on methadone for me because when I was on methadone, it made my hair fall out. And I ate it like my Tic Tacs. I could not take it responsibly. Jamie says she's on methadone because her Medicaid pays for it. So, see, if a lot of people don't get put on Suboxone because it's fucking expensive, you know? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I couldn't have if I didn't get put on Suboxone and couldn't afford it, I would have got back on methadone and tried my damnedest to take it as prescribed. But I'm going to tell you right now, my hair fell out, you guys, when I was on methadone. Smooth out of the roots. I had the OP to go on. And I was pregnant, so they say it's safer than sub. Oh, that Vivitrol shot, Tessa. But listen, just take it easy, girl. Like, for real, Suboxone, if you're still... Okay, if Suboxone's getting you high, you might want to go to your doctor and see if there's something else you could change to. Because or if you could go over to, there's a shot called Sublocade, Vivitrol. Okay, I don't know why it's buffering. You know what, Sherry? I don't know because, like I said, like with Suboxone, there really is. It's a plateau feeling. It's a plateau situation, and so when you've been on it for a year, what happens is Suboxone builds up in your system, and that's why. Yeah, Tessa, I would too. I would talk to your doctor because here's the deal: if you're still getting high on Suboxone, then what's changed? You know what, Jamie? If I no, I think it's possible to OD on methadone if you and Suboxone if you combined it with Xanax. You know what I'm saying? But I've never overdosed on anything unless it was combined with Xanax, you guys, and or alcohol, something that's breathing. Tessa, though, listen, okay? Like, yeah, I really want you to talk to your doctor about how you're feeling. Maybe there's something that hasn't, that he is doing or you haven't, like, tried out yet. But just take it easy, girl. It's going to be all right. Yeah, girl. I believe me, I know. Because what would happen to me was I would get on methadone and then I would forget and I would take a Xanax. And that's usually in combination with something else. Now, here's the deal, you guys. When I was on methadone, it was not for maintenance, okay? It was because I was abusing it and I was taking the 10 milligram pills. All right, Tessa, you're welcome. You're welcome, girl. You can come here anytime. So, I was abusing the pills and taking copious amounts. I imagine if you aren't going to the doctor and taking a maintenance dose of methadone, I imagine if you are overtaking like the pills or like taking like just overtaking it, I'm sure that anything can make your respiratory system slow down and stop because that's what opiates do. They slow down our respiratory system and we quit breathing. But I've never had that happen to me unless I had something else in my system like Xanax. Every time I've ever overdosed on Roxy, it was when I was on Xanax and Roxy. Every time I ever overdosed, period, was on Xanax, Roxy, you know. But you guys, I just want y'all to know, like, sobriety is possible. I care about each and every one of you guys, like, for real. And I'm getting to know each one of you girls, like, different one. I'm getting to know each one of you girls, slowly but surely. Scottish Siren, I'm going to have to get you a fucking wrench so that way you'll have one because I feel like I used to have like 15 wrenches in a, you know what? It terrifies me too because when I was in my active addiction, you guys, like I wasn't afraid. I was just like, I was just fucking trying to die. And I wanted to get so high that I wouldn't wake up sometimes, No, I mean, no, it's not. Um, I used to, I've never, no, you can't OD on meth. Mm-mm. I mean, I'm sure you could shoot meth and then have a heart attack because your heart's going so fast, but not because of methamphetamine. You know what I mean? Oh God. Why are you doing your homework, Jamie? Is there something we need to talk about, girl? You can message me in Hangouts later on. Um, God, I'm going to tell you guys a story. Have y'all ever heard of crappie flopping? I'm going to tell you a story time. It's so sad too, so don't get triggered. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Okay, here we go. So, whenever right before I met Neil, I was living with my friend. Like I said, y'all, no, I wasn't living there. Where was I? Oh, okay. This is when I was living with my friend Misty. And, okay, I was living with my friend Misty. And at this time, I had just started, like, Oh, God, Scottish. I forgot all about you, girl. Um, do you have Google Hangouts? And if you do, is it under the name Scottish? Because if it's your same name, all I have to do is go find you, and then I'll add you. I will not forget. After I get off here, I promise I won't forget. So I was living with girl Misty, right? She was one of my really good friends, and I had just got to the habit of like shooting cocaine, you guys. And so, oh God, this haunts me to this day, y'all, because I did this. First of all, if you haven't ever shot up cocaine, then you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you have, you will. So when you're doing that and you break and you put it in water, if it's really good cocaine, what'll do is the water will turn iridescent color, like it has like in the water, like water just looks. And so I didn't realize that I had put like a half a gram of basically pure fucking fish scale cocaine in this water and stirred it up and brought it back, and it was real thick. When I shot it up, I literally went, ah, boom, and fell to the ground. I mean, like, to the ground, and started crappie flopping it's like a fish out of water. And I thought my heart was coming out of my throat because it was beating so fucking fast. And I got up and I looked in the mirror at my eyes, and my pupils were so, they're not big now. They're just regular. You can't see them. They were so big that they were covering my whole eye. It was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. But do you know what happened after that? I was like, I got to do it again. That is what drugs do to you, especially if you're on the needle, because it makes you want to do it more and more because the feeling is so, it's a crazy feeling, but it's scary, but it's like a really good feeling. You know what I'm saying? I know that probably sounds so sick, and I know that it's probably not a good thing to talk about on a recovery channel, but that's how it was. Okay, Scottish, I'm going into Hangouts to add you right now, girl. I love you guys. I'm going to jump off here. Neil's fixing to pull up. He just texted me. But listen, Tessa, if you're still here, I want to let you know that you're not alone. Go and follow me over on Instagram. And very intense, Jamie. Whoo, girl! Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And you can message me if you need anything. Both of you guys. Leonard, you've been hiding out without saying a damn thing. That makes. Why haven't you done a live stream yet? I'm getting sick, by the way. I want to hear you. I want to watch you go live. You guys, if you haven't, went over and subscribed to Her Opiate Fix. He has the best fucking stories. I love listening to him talk about about Chicago. Tessa, okay. I love you guys. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. All right, guys. I love y'all. Bye.